Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the polydisiac. I have a hard time saying some of these names, but anyways, to make this one, we're going to put water in the petal apocryphy, 2 red petals, 2 pink petals, an orange petal, a rune of lust, a rune of fire, and a seed, and that's finally going to give you your flower. Now, this one is definitely very cool, and if you're making food farms or any sort of animal farm, this is definitely a must for Botania. So what this one does is actually breeds the animals. It does take a little bit of mana. As you can see, the cows are crowding me right now, but you throw down some wheat within the range of this flour, and it will actually pick up the bread, or not bread, but the wheat, and breed the animals for you. This does work with chickens, sheep, and every animal that you can breed in Minecraft, and that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be going over the pure daisy, one of the main flowers that you're going to need in converting items in Botania. And as you can see, these are the two things you're going to be converting: stone and wood. And it automatically does this little particle effect, means it's working. And this is its range also, so it only works on one level, doesn't work up here or below. So on the same plane as the pure daisy itself. Now, to make this little flower, you're going to put down a petal apocryphy. Fill it with water using a bucket, and there are ways to automate this, but we're not going to show you that because it's outside the Botania mod. And next, you're going to want to toss in 4 petals, and you can see here it shows you it, and then a seed is the last thing, and it's going to give this little cool particle effect, and you've got your pure daisy. And that's pretty much it for this one. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Rafflesia. But to make this one, we come over to our petal apocryphy, toss in 2 green petals, 2 purple petals, pixie dust, 1 black, 1 rune of pride, 1 rune of earth, and your seed, and that gives you your flowers. So this one actually consumes man-made flowers, like the Mana Star or the Endo Flame or any of the other ones I've gone over so far. And it doesn't actually consume them by throwing things down like some of the other ones do. You have to actually place it into the world using a machine or do it yourself. Now this one actually keeps track of what kind of flowers it has consumed. So if you continuously give it the same flower over and over and over, you're actually going to get diminished mana returns. So it's definitely good to keep a variety of different flowers if you're going to be using this to make mana. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Ranuncarpus. Now to make this one, we go over to the petal apocryphy, toss in our bucket of water, 2 orange petals, 1 yellow petal, a redstone root, a rune of earth, and finally your seed, and that's going to give you your flower. So this one is pretty special, and it is pretty much key to all automation that you do within Botania. So how this one works is we toss it on a block, preferably grass, and it detects what block is below it. So as you can see, we've got wood under there, and if we toss down stone or any block within a 2-block radius of this flower, it will actually place it down into the world over top of whatever block is below it within range. So this is great for, as you can see, automating your stone, living stone or wood, and also you could do something different, like picks out some coarse dirt and throw down some trees or something you want to plant, and it will actually look for that once we place down the coarse dirt. As you can see, it planted all of our trees for you, and that's pretty much it. That's a couple ideas of what you can do, what you can automate with this, but it can go quite a bit further than this. And that's it. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Shulk Me Not. To make this one, we need 2 purple petals, 2 magenta, 1 light gray, a Gaia Spirit, Rune of Envy, Rune of Wraith, and then finally your seed. That's going to give your flower. Now, to make this one produce mana, we need at least 1 shulker and an aggressive mob. We're going to use 2 shulkers for this one, and you also need High Say Dream. And if you want to learn more about this flower, check out the channel. I already made a video on it. So first we're going to place this down next to your mana spreader. It doesn't have to be elven. And next we just place down our shulker, and when it gives levitation to one of the other, it's going to blow up. Wow, it's going to blow up and kill both mobs. So keep that in mind. It's probably not the best idea to use 2 shulkers. And what that does is produces 75,000 mana. And as you can see, the flower has a buffer on it, so it doesn't help to continuously do this unless you have multiple flowers here. So once this buffer is filled, it's really not going to do anything, kill off the mobs if they do give levitation to each other. But crazy amount of mana if you can automate the spawning of shulkers and another mob. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Sol Nolia, and this one, to make it, put a bucket in the petal apocryphy, 2 brown petals, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 redstone root, and a seed, and that gives you your flower. Now, if you noticed in the inventory, we have a ring of magnetization, and which that does is just pulls any items around you into your inventory. And what the Sol Nolia does without mana is negates that effect. So if you have a farm going or some sort of automation and it requires the items to be on the ground, it'll definitely negate the ring. And if you see here, we go a little ways away and it's working again. Now as soon as we get into range, it'll actually completely stop the ring of magnetization. And it also does the same with the greater ring of magnetization. And that's it for this one. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the thermal lily. So to make this one, you're going to put water in your petal apocryphy, a fire rune, earth rune, 2 orange petals, a red petal, and a seed. And once it gives you your flower, you're going to place it near a lava source. So lava source blocks produce about 18,000 mana. And if we place it down, you can see it just consumed it. Now, once it has used up its lava source block, and produces 18,000 mana for your pool, it will actually have a 5-minute cooldown period. So that is the downside to this flower, but it produces enormous amount of mana. And that's it. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be building the bottling machine from Immersive Engineering. So place down 2 sheet metal like this, 1 scaffolding, and then 2 light engineering blocks right there, scaffolding in front of them, then place down your redstone engineering block in the middle, and over here on the top layer, we're going to place down a fluid pump. Now, before you place your conveyor belts, you should know these are directional. They always have to go towards sheet metal on their way over to the light engineering blocks. You can reverse the engineering blocks with the sheet metal, iron sheet metal, and that's going to allow you to change the direction in which these go. So next, we just right click it with the hammer in the middle conveyor belt, and if everything worked, you will get your multi-block structure. A few things about this: it can be controlled with a redstone signal right here in front. To power this, we use a connector or an accumulator right on this orange dot like that. If you want to input liquids, it is either one of these ports work. We're going to import it from there, and let's turn on our export from this tank here. You can see it's filling up with liquid in its little buffer right here. If we grab a hopper or a conveyor belt works, we're going to use a hopper for it. Toss in some buckets, and it's automatically going to fill the buckets with creosote for you. Some liquids actually take bottles, like potions. You can bottle potions with this machine, which is really cool too. But we're using it for creosote, and it just imports here, exports there, and you could use a chest or conveyor belt, any type of thing like that to pick up the items. And that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be showing you how to get amethyst bronze from Tinker's Constructs. So what you're going to want to do is put in 1 copper and 1 amethyst shard. So it's in equal parts. 1 copper, 1 amethyst shards, or an amethyst gem will also work. Once they're in the smeltery, they'll start mixing up and give you your molten amethyst bronze. And that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the casting channel. And what you do is place this underneath a faucet, and it will drain out the molten liquid, and you can travel it or basically transport it to more casting basins or tables than you normally would under these three right here. So we've got a few set up here. I'm tossing in our ingot casts. I highly suggest running the channel before you actually place down the casting tables and all that, because when you do that afterwards, it automatically connects them in rather than having to manually click these, and you could screw up the direction and things like that. So if it doesn't flow all the way through, it's most likely one of these is facing the wrong way. It's like directional, just like an observer or a repeater or anything like that. So when we click a button here through redstone, as you can see, it's not going anywhere. That means one of these is not facing the right way. So if we come down here, click it, you notice it went a little further. Click it again, goes a little further, and we're just going to do that throughout the entire set. Doesn't look like that big of a change, but if you notice, the light part is facing this way, and that's how you can tell what direction it is. It's very subtle. So now once we click this, it's actually going to flow through all of our ingot casts until it reaches a certain point, and when one of these opens back up, it's going to go to the nearest open one. So if you're able to cast faster than this is pouring out, it'll never actually stop unless you run out of ore in the smeltery, or you decide to do so with a redstone signal or something like that. So this one's pretty cool if you want to do mass smelting like glass or blocks or ingots, where you just don't want to sit here and click and wait for 3 at a time. You can do, you know, a whole set is if you set up multiples of these. And that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we want to talk about the channel a little bit for those of you who have not subscribed yet. It's basically a channel all about fast tutorials, modded mostly, and we don't want to bog you down with a tutorial that's lasting 30 minutes and the person's talking about Rick and Carl over here are llamas when you're really trying to find out about a cactus. And that's basically the gist of it. 2-minute videos, most part, tell you everything you need to know about the mod or something in a mod that you're looking for, straight to the point, and that's it. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the charge pad from Mechanism. Once placed this down, it does receive power from the back, so you can see right here, this is where the input for power is. All you have to do is have an item inside your inventory that needs charged. This includes cubes. We don't have any cubes that aren't charged, but we throw a little basic cube in here. Now, it does charge everything from left to right. So as you can see, we've got the cube here. It's not going to do a little bit in all of them. It's going to start with this one. Once the mech suit helmet is filled, it's going to start filling the body armor. And just to show that it can fill cubes also, you can see right here, it's just starting to do that. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the charging station from Immersive Engineering. We place this down, it can be powered from the back or underneath, and What it does is charges up any sort of tool or your accumulator backpack. So if you throw your accumulator backpack or any tool inside here, you can see these three little vacuum tubes right here start to change colors. That indicates how charged the item inside is. Also, you can control this with redstone. So if you put down a comparator, it will give off a signal depending on how charged the item is. So let's say we pull that one out, which is fully charged when it's glowing green like this. As you can see, the redstone signal disappeared, and we can throw in a new item. The redstone signal will start to grow as the item is charged. So this allows you to automate this through extraction. You can kind of take the redstone signal from here and tell the extractor to not extract or extract depending on its charge. Same thing over here. You can tell another item to enter the charging base or charging station depending on redstone signal. And that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the chemical crystallizer from Mechanism. So we take a look in here, we have our configs. This is where you decide your inputs, outputs, all that stuff. You just got to click these and hover over them to tell which side it is, and if it's an input, output, both, or energy, and then we have none also if you don't want it to connect to anything on that side. Right here we have a tank. And what we do is we put in clean iron slurries or copper or whatever kind of slurry you have. It does have to be clean, cannot be the dirty version. We put that in here, and it's going to fill up this tank, and it's going to start creating whatever material you're using crystal. So this one particular one's going to be an iron crystal. And then you can use these in injection. I think it's injection or infusing, one of those. And we can add muffling upgrades here, energy upgrades, and speed upgrades to make this process a lot quicker. But that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the chemical dissolution chamber from Mechanism. And if we take a look in here, we can see that we have two tanks, an item slot, and then also we have some upgrades and things on the side. So side configs, input, output. You can also make it an input, output. So that pretty much detects anything. We got energy. We also have yellow, which is our extra slot down here. We're going to be using that extra slot to put sulfuric acid inside of our tank. All recipes for this one take sulfuric acid, so just know that. You don't have to put other liquids in here at all. This one can be upgraded with muffling to keep it quiet, energy upgrades, and speed upgrades if you would like that. So if we toss some iron in here, what it's going to do is break that iron down using the acid from the sulfuric acid, and it's going to give you your dirty iron slurry. This is done with many different ores like lead, tin, copper, gold, uranium, and then you have to actually wash this inside the washing factory, which we did a video on that too. And that'll give you your clean slurry. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the chemical infuser from Mechanism. So this one is how you get a lot of your gases and things mixed up. So we're going to put hydrofluoric acid in this tank, uranium oxide in this tank, and that's going to start making uranium hexafluoride. We'll show you a couple other recipes in a second, but here's a side config to input and output. That's pretty standard in Mechanism here. Muffling upgrade, energy upgrade, and speed upgrade. And if we want to take a look at some of the other recipes you guys can do, there's only 5 of them in this machine. So next one is mixing oxygen and sulfur dioxide. That's going to give you sulfur trioxide, which is important. Here we can get our sulfuric acid by water vapor and sulfur trioxide. Next we have hydrogen and chlorine, which is going to make hydrogen chloride. And finally, we have tritium and deuterium, which is going to give you your DT fuel. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the chemical oxidizer from Mechanism. So if you take a look in here, we have our side configs. Inputs and outputs are on the sides, so you can input from here or output, and same thing on the other side. Energy is from wherever you want it to, but preferably probably not the inputs and outputs. If we take a look inside, we can upgrade this with muffling, energy, and speed upgrades. What this one does is breaks down basically, this is an add-on antimatter pellet, the antimatter add-on for Mechanism, but we'll show you the other recipes, and it turns it into liquid antimatter basically. So we show the recipes. We've got reprocessed fissile, that's going to give you fissile fuel, sulfur dust, there's a few more here. Salt turns into gasoline brine, yellow cake uranium into uranium oxide. I think I skipped one here, probably lithium dust into lithium, and that's pretty much it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the chemical washer. Now we do have this inputting from the top, and that is a uranium slurry right here. When we put it in here, and we have also got water importing from the side here, and then we can export if we like from this side too. But just depends on where you set your configs here, whether it's input, output, or output only and that kind of thing. Next, if you look in here, we've got a container of water, and then the dirty uranium slurry, and there's also iron and copper and tin and some other slurries that you can make to put in the chemical washer. But once it's done doing that, it's literally just cleaning the slurry, and then you can take this clean uranium slurry and crystallize it inside of the chemical crystallizer. This one can be upgraded with muffling, so you don't have to hear the machine running all the time, energy upgrades, and also speed upgrades. Now here's a couple recipes. We've got the gold slurry, dirty lead, dirty iron, copper, and tin, and then finally osmium. So you can get all the clean versions of that through this machine. And that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be showing you how to get coagulated blood for Tinker's Construct. So first off, all you need to do is put a bunch of mobs inside your spawner, let them break themselves down or die, basically cooked alive. And after that goes, you can see a little bit of an issue. Your smeltery is filling up, and you do have your blood in here. So all I like to do is throw down a chest and a hopper below the smeltery controller. That's automatically going to withdraw any items that are stuck inside the smeltery. And this is why I don't use my main smeltery to get coagulated blood if I am farming it for lots of pig iron and other things. I do build a separate smeltery just for this little process. And all that does is kind of withdraws all the items from the smeltery automatically. And to get the coagulated blood itself, all you have to do is pour it onto a table without a cast, and it'll make these little congealed balls here. And I've got hoppers underneath depositing it into a large chest. And if you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be showing you how to build the coke oven. And these steel fences that I'm placing down are not necessary. You can put it right on the ground, but we're going to put it up in the air. So what I like to do is put a chest here and a hopper here before we get started, and that allows us to pull items out of the bottom of the coke oven. So next we just want to fill it in like that. Do another layer of 3x3 and one more on top of that. Then you're going to need your immersive engineering hammer. Just click it in the center here, or whatever side you want this little thing to pop up on. Now on the inside we have our inputs and outputs, which our outputs is this slot and this slot here, and we can throw coal in, and that's going to start melting down into coal coke and also produce creosote. So you can input items from the top or the side, and we can use glass bottles for the creosote, buckets, or the jerry can. And you saw automatically it put the bucket in this slot. It'll do the same thing up here. If we grabbed our coal, we can put it in either one of these hoppers, and when there's room, it'll automatically put that in also. So I did a little bit of research for you guys, and obviously this is going to pull the items out of here once the bucket's filled with 1,000 creosote and also the coal coke. So keeps your machine running. But right over here we put a log in. A log gives you charcoal, and it gives you 500 creosote, or actually 250. I actually put 2 pieces of coal in there, so 250 for a log. Coal gives you your coal coke instead of charcoal, and that gives you 500 per coal. And then finally we come over here, and if we put a block of coal in here, it gives us 5,000. So if you do the math, if you put a block of coal inside your coke oven, it's going to give you 500 extra creosote per block. So 9 times 500 is 4,500. So yeah, that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the basic combining factories. So if we take a look in here, you can do all your configs in this little menu here, which is input, outputs, and this one actually has an extra one, which is called extra. That's this slot here. When you're combining things, you need basically a modifier, I guess you'd say in some cases. So let's say I threw a little bit of honey in here. I'm going to show you guys some of the recipes. So if we threw in honey and copper block, it's actually going to wax the block. Move on to the next one. Let's see here. Oh, right. If we put a blue dye up in here and then red, you can mix your dyes with this machine. So you don't have to do that manually inside a crafting bench anymore, which is very cool. Another good one is, let's go over to our next machine, glowstone in our extra slot, the yellow here, and then we can put an ink sac, and that's actually going to give us glow ink, which is really cool. So you have a way to farm that and obtain those. Another one that I don't have on the inventory right now is glow berries. So if you take the regular berries and mix them with glowstone, you can get your glow berries if you can't find a lush cave. Now, going back to the machine itself, we do have the sorting option. So if you want to throw in a stack here, you click auto sort. Gonna spread them out in between there. We have the upgrade slot where we can muffle the machine if it's being too loud or annoying. Energy upgrades, which is efficiency and the amount of energy it can hold, and also speed upgrades. One other thing is you can decide to make this a private machine or public or trusted, so if you're on a team, it'll look for that. But that's pretty much it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the block breaker from Industrial Foregoing. So what this one does is basically breaks blocks within the world and sets it into its own inventory. It can be controlled with redstone, and you can output the items that it does break through these little GUI here that you can use to push, pull, or disable. So anything that's placed in front of this will automatically break once the progress bar drops down. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the block placer from Industrial Foregoing. So as you can see, it has an internal inventory. Anything you place in that inventory, it's going to place out in the world in front of it. It does have the ability to be controlled by redstone, and you can also input items right here using push or pull GUI. Next, we have a progress bar. Every time it drops down, it's going to throw out, in this case, an oak log. I really find this to be useful for the tree fluid extractor. So if we place that wrong way, we place that down here, the tree fluid extractor will eventually break the wood, and then the block placer will place down some oak logs, and you can see it's got a pretty big inventory, so it will last quite a while. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be showing you how to get the blood bone from Tinker's Construct. So what you're going to want to do is put some blood inside of your smeltery. We've already got a few in here, but we'll throw in some more. You're just going to come over to your seared casting table and pour the blood on top of the bones. It does take a second, not too long, and as you can see, our blood bone was created. And now that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the agri-carnation. Yeah, anyways, to make this one, we're going to put a bucket of water in your petal apocryphy, a rune of the spring, a redstone root, yellow petal, green petal, 2 lime petals, and finally your wheat seed, and that's going to give you your flour. Now this one's actually pretty useful, but it does consume mana in order to work. And if you notice, it's above the plants themselves. That's because it works in 11 by 11 by 7 area. So it'll work quite a ways above this actually. And as you can see, if you haven't noticed yet, it's actually giving a bone meal effect on the plants below. So it's going to definitely help out if you're doing some farming and you want to speed things up. And if you got a little bit extra mana, why not? And that's it for this one. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be showing you how to build this automated tree farm from Botania. So what we're going to need to do is start off by placing a mana pool like this, a pulse mana spreader next to it, then above the mana pool itself we're just going to place a mana prism, and we've got to grab our phantom lenses here. So you're going to put a phantom lens on the mana prism. You're also going to place one on the mana spreader itself. Above the prism, you just want to place down a piece of coarse dirt. We're going to do a building block out, and I've got this over here just so I can kind of use it as a reference because there is a lot to do here. So I'm going to grab a couple repeaters, pass it through there. So whenever a tree grows, it's going to give off a signal. Then we're going to build up from that. And let's grab our torch again. Put a torch on each side of this block, and then get your building block back. Come over like so. And then place down a sticky piston. So it's basically going to pull the dirt out as the tree is being chopped down and allow the signal or the mana to pass through down into this mana pool and be used up again. So if there's anything left from the previous previous action, it's going to use it back up again. Alright, from here we want to put another building block on top of your piston and next to it. So that signal comes through, and we're going to put this one on max tick. Next, our redstone, little piece of redstone dust there, extends your piston out. I gotta go grab our dropper. That doesn't need to be there actually, but place down your next hopper, or yeah, okay. Full signal also, and then dropper facing down. From here we need a hopper and a chest. So hopper on top, chest with an item frame on it. See if we got our item frame now. Okay, so chest is going to face forward. Then we're going to place down mycelium. What that does to a hopper hock is actually delays the process of it working. So if we have a hopper hock, let's put that down further right here. If you have a hopper hock placed on top of mycelium or podzol, it delays the amount of time it takes for that particular hopper hock to pick up an item. Next we need our item frames. You're going to place that on the side of here and then put a sapling in it. So it tells the hopper hock to only put saplings inside this chest. So let's just throw a few in there. That's going to allow the hopper eventually to put those into the dropper, but let's toss a couple in here just to fill it up. Alright, so that part is done. Next we need a place for your wood to go once it's been harvested. So same thing, we're just going to do a chest and that there, and then we grab our oak logs, which we're using oak trees. And then finally, I'm going to use a floating hopper hock here. And that'll pick up any of the wood that is harvested from this little setup here. Next, we want to test this thing out. So if we put a sapling, well, actually, we shouldn't do that just yet. Let's get rid of some inventory space. Let's grab our coarse dirt here and go directly below this. We're going to dig down a couple, put down your coarse dirt, then you're going to put down regular grass or anything like that, and grab our Ranunculus flower. Now anything, if I got this in the right spot, yeah, okay. Anything that's put near the Ranunculus, it's going to teleport that item and plant it, if it's placeable, on whatever block is below it. So placing the coarse block a couple blocks below this one is going to tell this thing, hey, pick up that sapling and plant it on here. And normally this hopper hawk would pick up the sapling, but it's got this little delay action going on, so that works out pretty well. From here, we need to build up 8 or 9 blocks. I'm going to go 9, so 1, 2, oops, what were we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now on this, we need a mana pool, and we also need a regular spreader. So let's go grab a mana pool. Now the mana pool is basically going to catch the pulse that's going up and redirect it to make it go down. So we can get rid of all this dirt and put it in a regular mana spreader right here, and then next to it, facing down. And finally, we need our bore lens, which this thing is just going to literally bore through the wood as every time a tree grows. So if we did everything right, we should be able to, well, actually one more step. I forgot about this one. This little guy, the munch stew. This one's gonna create mana off of the leaves, and then it's going to send it back to you, so you can use that to restore some of the mana that's lost during this process. Now this one does take a mana tablet to get started, so grab yourself a mana tablet. Hopefully we didn't go too fast with this tutorial and you got everything down. If you didn't follow it all, it's okay to pause it and kind of look everything over, check it out so you can do it again. But once this gets enough mana in the pool, we can actually bone meal this and it will grow the tree, knock it down. The munch stew is going to eat all the leaves for us. I think that should be enough, or plenty for now, but let's just grow a tree and see if this thing works. So as soon as it grew, automatically did all its stuff. It's eating the leaves, but if you notice, it didn't destroy the wood. Now that means we've messed something up, and we did. We forgot one of the key parts here. As you can see, this little guy right here. Need a torch too. This actually tells the pulse spreader to shoot a signal out. So just build up. Actually, get rid of that. Put a redstone dust here, so when this turns on, turns that on, which in turn shuts this off. And then we run the signal just like so. That is finally going to send the signal up, which is going to send it back down, break the wood, put the dirt back, and also, if we did the rest right, oops, oh, we had a piece of coarse dirt over here. It wouldn't have done that if we didn't have the coarse dirt hanging out, but it would have planted it on top of the sapling. So let's try that again, just to prove it does work. We got our pulse going up, pulse going down, breaks the wood. That's back. Pumped out our sapling, planted it, and we're all set for the next tree to grow. And the leaves are staying up there because the munch stew does have a 5-minute timer, or a 5-minute cooldown. So there you go. There is your automated tree farm, and you can see sometimes saplings will fall. That's okay because it's going to deposit them right back into this thing. But that's it for this one. If you found it helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Bergamot, and this one takes water in the petal apocryphy, 2 green petals, 1 orange petal, a redstone root, and a seed, and that's going to give you your flower. Now this one is very cool. It doesn't take mana, but it's super useful. So like, if we come over to our portal, light it up, the sound effects are kind of obnoxious. So if we throw down a Bergamot here, it's actually going to muffle the sound by 85%. So I don't know if you could notice that or not, but another way I could show you this is grass blocks. And I found myself turning my volume way down to get rid of portal effects, and I actually get blown up by mobs and other things because I never heard them coming. So this does it in a 4-block radius, and let's check this out. So I'm going to break this block and then see if you guys can tell the difference. Toss down our bergamot and give it a second, and then let's try this again. So I could definitely hear the difference in my headphones. I don't know if you guys can or not, but that's pretty much it for this one. And if you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be doing the bubble flower or bubble. And to make this one, we're going to put down our water in the petal apocryphy, 2 blue petals, 2 light blue petals, 2 cyan, 1 pixie dust, 1 rune of the summer, 1 rune of the water, and finally our seed. And that's going to give us the bubble flower. Now this one's a bit different than some of the other ones. It actually requires a mana pool below it to work. And if we come over here, we're just going to place down a mana pool, put down, actually let's put that a little deeper. A mana pool, then some dirt, and then your flower. And what this one does is deletes water source blocks around it in a 12 by 12 radius. That means up, down, left, right, in like a giant sphere. And I'm sorry that I can't kind of show you that. It's because I'm in a super flat world and there's no oceans. But this one's really useful for you guys who love building underwater. And there is a downside to this one besides filling the mana pool constantly just to keep the water away. If this breaks or runs out of mana, it actually has a 10% chance of the water blocks coming back. And that's really the only downside to that one. It's super useful. I have used this one quite a bit in underwater builds. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this video, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Clayconia. And this one, you just come over here, place a bucket of water in your petal apocryphy, 1 earth rune, 2 light gray petals, a cyan petal, a gray petal, and then finally your seed, and that's going to give you your flower. Now this one actually does take a tiny bit of mana, so you are going to need a spreader to send mana to the flower itself. And now this one's really useful actually in a lot of recipes. You use clay and it converts it really fast. Also, big perk is it actually does it in a 5 by 5 radius, so it doesn't matter if the sand is placed above it, below it, doesn't matter, it will convert it into a clay ball. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the daffodil. To make this one, come over to the petal apocryphy, toss in your water, 2 white petals, 1 brown petal, 1 yellow, a redstone root, an air rune, and finally your seed. Now this one is great for mob farms, and what it does is blow items around. And if you look here, let's place this down again. Alright, if you look, you can kind of like see this faint mist coming off the flower, and that tells you what direction it's blowing in. And this one also catches items within 2 blocks of the block it's sitting on. So 1, 2 over. If you toss one here, it's not gonna do anything. Also, it actually will push items 3 blocks above the block that it's sitting on, and also 2 blocks below the block it's sitting on. So that's super useful. Function mode, you can actually shift and turn this thing, and as you can see, it's shooting that item out 16 blocks away, and you can do that with the Wand of the Forest. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Dreadthorn. Now to make this one, we come over to Petal Apothecary, put in a bucket of water, 3 black petals, 2 cyan petals, a redstone root, and a seed, and that's going to give you your Dreadthorn. Now this one does take mana to operate, but this one is incredibly useful for your mob farms. And if you notice, you have this flower kind of floating here. What that is a bergamot. It's just muting the chicken sounds a little bit so we don't have to hear that. And if you don't know about this flower, check out one of my other videos. But anyways, the Dreadthorn. So this one actually kills all adult animals. So it's really useful for your farms. Like, let's say I place down a chicken here, it almost kills it instantly. And if I can click fast enough, I made a couple little baby ones. You notice they're fine, they're safe. You can make chicken farms out of this, cow, whatever. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this useful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be going over the Endo Flame, which is one of your basic mana generating flowers for Botania, and it's one of the ones you're going to want to start with. So first, we're going to come over to our petal apocryphy, place down a bucket. You're going to do 1 light gray petal, 1 red, and 2 brown, and finally your seed. And that's going to give you your Endo Flame. Now the Endo Flame generates about 1200 mana per 1 piece of charcoal. So it'll distribute it into your mana pool for you, and if you saw it just consumed it. Now the Endo Flame can be made into a floating Endo Flame, which can conserve space because you can put them above each other. And the Endo Flame will consume all fuel burning items like logs, wood, etc. within a 7 by 7 area around it. And that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Exoflame, not to be confused with the Endoflame. And to make this one, we're going to come over to the petal apocryphy, toss in our water, 2 red petals, a gray petal, a light gray petal, Rune of the Summer, Rune of Fire, and a seed, and that gives us our flower. Now this one's super useful, it's kind of crazy, and if you can see, we don't have any fuel in our furnaces here. So what we do is toss down our Exoflame within 11 by 11 by 5 area, and that's actually going to power our furnaces without actually using any mana at all. So that is kind of OP actually, and there is a little bit of a hidden thing to this flower. So it has this like efficiency upgrade to it if you give the flower itself mana, and it also stacks if there are multiple Exoflames in the area. As you can see, our furnace moved a bit faster than it was before, and on top of that, if we give a couple of these flowers mana, they're actually going to stack the efficiency even more, and look how fast the thing is going. This is so OP. If you don't want to use the efficiency mana thing, these on their own are crazy useful for fuel farms if you're converting your wood into charcoal, and then you can throw those in your endo flames to create mana. So that's it for this one. Super useful flower. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the flower pouch. And to make this one, we just need 5 wool and a petal in this little recipe here, and that gives you your flower pouch. Now, this is one of the things that I make very early on if Botania is in the pack, because it is super useful for keeping your inventory very clean, and we'll show you that in a second. So what it does is when a player breaks any type of mystical flower from Botania, it'll automatically put it inside of the pouch. And but it only does that if you're not holding the item in your hand at the time. So it's kind of passive. If you're using your normal hand, it'll work great. So I'm going to kind of show you that using the Horn of the Wild and do a magnetizing ring. But let's get rid of that. So as you can see, all them flowers broke, and it automatically put them into the flower pouch, which saves you so much room in your inventory. You could save literally a couple bars worth. And it does only hold 64 flowers of each kind, so 64, so a whole stack of each color. And that's not it. One more thing for this one is if you shift click it onto a chest or a container, its contents are automatically deposited into there. So really easy to transfer the flowers, empty it out, as you can see. And that's it for this one. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, Minecraft Mentor here. Today we're going to be making a hopper hock. And to make this one, we're going to come over to the petal apocryphy, toss in our bucket of water, which we have already done, 2 gray petals, 2 light gray petals, a rune of the air, a redstone root, and finally your seed. And that gives you your flower. So this one's got a range of 6 blocks. It will pick up anything within this, and then if you supply it with mana, it will extend it out to 10 blocks. And it's got a few little functions that we can go over with this one. First off, the first setting is just going to pick up every block that you can, that's within its range. But if we place down a item frame, and it also does need a chest next to it, whatever we put in this item frame is basically a whitelist. So if we throw in this air rune and toss down some gray petals, it's not going to pick them up, but if we throw down the runes, it's definitely going to pick those up and put them in the chest. There is another function, so if we go over to function mode on our Wand of the Forest and click on the flower, it's going to pick up only item or everything but the air runes. So same thing, we toss down a petal, we toss down a rune, it's only going to pick up those. So that's pretty much it for this one. There's 3 functions to it: whitelist, blacklist, and then everything. So if you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Horn of the Canopy. And to make this one, you just need a normal Horn of the Wild and any type of leaf, and it's going to give you the Horn of the Canopy. Now, the Horn of the Wild obviously broke broke grass around you and flowers and things of that nature. And if you haven't seen that video, check it out. But this is one of its counterparts, and when you build the Horn of the Canopy, it actually breaks all the leaves in the area. Does allow you to drop saplings and sticks and anything else you would get from the leaves. So you're not just breaking the leaves, you're also getting your drops out of that one. So that's pretty cool. And that's it for this one. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be going over the hydrangeas or hydrangeas. And to make this one, it's pretty simple. You toss your bucket of water in your petal apocryphy. You're going to toss in 2 cyan and 2 mystical blue petals. After that, we're going to put in our seed, and it's going to give you your flower. Now, to make mana with this one, it does consume water blocks, so it's important to make it an infinity source in the middle or around your hydrangeas. Now with this one, you are going to have to link it. So you press shift, right click, and then click the mana spreader, and you saw it link up there. This also, like the Endoflame, has a floating version of it to kind of save space if you want to stack these up. And that's pretty much it for these ones. Besides, these do only have a 3x3 range, where the Endoflame has a 7x7 range. And if you found this video helpful, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be going over one of my favorite magic mods, Botania. So this one is a staple in a lot of mod packs, and it is packed full of content. You have no shortage of anything here. So first off, we have our building blocks, and of course it would rain. Anyways, we have our chiseled quartz, elven quartz, which we actually can only get from this portal. And mana quartz has its own special way too. We don't want to give away too much because this portal is very cool, and I can't wait to see later versions of the mod pack, but this thing is very unique. But anyways, moving on, we have our stairs. As you can see, the shimmerwood planks, another cool item. It's like a chroma stair, and there also are accompanying normal blocks like this that are just like this. So moving on, we have our petal apocryphy. This is basically your building block for everything. You make all of your producing and transforming flowers in the mod pack from this. Like over here, we created a pure daisy, and that turns your oak into your living wood. And living wood is one of your major resources in the pack, and also living rock, which makes you your mana pools. And if we head on over here, we've got this cool little hovering hourglass. This thing is like a timer in a 1 block area. And if you see, I clicked on it. 4 blocks of sand gives you, I think it's 4 ticks. And the more sand you put in there, the longer it goes. And also, if you put soul sand in there, it has a completely different effect. But I will definitely let you guys play with that one and experiment on your own. Next, we have our open crate. So if you toss this in here, every time this timer flips, boom, it drops a piece of coal. And what that does is comes to the endo flames. Endo flames are one of your like producing flowers, and there's dozens and dozens of these, I think, in this mod pack, where they turn an item, not always coal, into mana, which goes into your mana pools, and mana pools basically power all of your special items in the mod pack, and they also power the portal, which let's go over here and grab ourselves a wand while we're here. So once you get these pools and the Natura pylons, you can activate your portal here. And if you check that out, I'm not going to do too much with this. I just showed you how to activate it, and this is how you build it. I don't want to ruin it for you because there's some special things you do that are very, very unique and cool to this mod. You won't see this in any other mod that I've seen out there. But also, let's move on to a few different things. So we got this armor here, kind of looks like a dragon, almost like a draconic type stuff. You got your horns here, very cool. Each one of these pieces of armor give you special effects, and you can modify them with enchantments and also special items that are also in the mod pack itself. Like, if you check this out, the invisibility cloak. This one's great for pranks. Take off your armor. You are completely invisible, and there is no time limit on it like a potion. You can go raid people's bases or do whatever you like with that. Another one is the mana tablet. This kind of stores your mana when you're using items like the Sojourner's Sash. So basically when you put this sash on, you run super fast, and there is an upgrade to that too. And there's a lot of useful items like this in the mod pack, like this rod here. If we check this one out, the Rod of the Skies. This one, basically hope you have feather falling boots when you try this one out, because it uses mana and it launches you way up into the sky. But so I think that's just about it, all I'm going to dive into for this one. There is so much more that you guys could check out, and we're going to be doing tutorials on every single item. That's the goal of this channel. We'll do an overview, and then we'll do a tutorial on literally every single item in the pack. Videos are going to be released every Tuesday and Friday consistently, and if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely subscribe if you want more content, because we're not going to stop with Botania. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Mana Star. Now this one is a pretty cool visual thing. It actually tells you what's going on with your mana pools. So to make this one, we're going to come over to the Petal Apocryphy, drop in some water, 1 light blue petal, green petal, a cyan petal, and a red petal, and then finally your seed, and that gives you your Mana Star. So what this one does is basically kind of gives you a visual of what your mana pool is doing. So as you can see right now, let's break that. it's giving off a blue aura or a blue particle effect, and that means that this particular mana pool that it's sitting next to is gaining mana. Now, if we were to stop that mana from going in there and maybe put one over here, you'll actually see the particle effect turn red, and that tells it it's actually losing mana. It's not gaining and it's not filling up. And that's pretty much it. It does check it every 3 seconds. So you might see it go blue, red, blue, red. That just means it's just about equal coming out as it is going in. And that's pretty much it for this one. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be going over how to get mana steal. So you are going to need some way to produce mana via End of Flame or anything like that. And mana spreader coming into the mana pool as you see here. And once you've got this all set up, you'll be able to make mana steal super simple. So all it is throwing an iron ingot into a mana pool that has a little bit of mana in it. You can throw stacks in if you have enough. As you can see, I only had enough for 44, but the mana steel ingot is used for a ton of different recipes. It also is made for armor, tools, and other things like that. And that's pretty much it. That's how you make mana steel ingots. And if you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Metamorpheus. Now this one, to make it, you need quite a bit. One gray petal, one yellow petal, a green petal, a red petal, redstone root, a rune of earth, a rune of fire, and finally your seed is going to give you your flower. Now this one is for the decorative people out there. What this one does is converts stone into Botania decorative blocks, and depending on what biome you're in, you get a 12 times more chance of getting that type of block. So let's say you're in a desert. The desert-oriented decorative blocks are going to be more likely, basically. And since we're in plains, we're probably going to get a lot of plains ones, and it's getting dark, so let's throw this thing down. It does take mana. It does 10 blocks per second, and so for some reason, this is super satisfying. Let's make it day. There we go. So it converts anything within a 17 by 17 by 11 block area around it. As you can see, it's working crazy fast. Each block takes 12 mana to do, and since we're in plains biome, as you can tell, it's 12 times more likely. There are way more plains blocks, but it doesn't mean you can't get desert or swamp, and we've got mesa here, taiga, which is more of your cold biomes. So a lot of these blocks are really cool, and this flower is definitely very, very cool for producing decorative blocks. What do we got here? Fungal. So this is pretty much from like a mushroom biome. You're definitely not going to find that one real easy, so it's great for that. And if you found this helpful, please like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the Metamone. And to make this one, we're coming over to the petal apocryphy. Put in your water, 2 gray petals, 2 brown petals, redstone root, a rune of earth, and your seed, and that gives you your flower. Now this one does take mana to work. I'm going to place this down here. What this does is applies slowness 101 to any mob around it. Doesn't affect players at all, but if we check this out, it literally keeps the villager completely in place. If we break it, he moves. We throw it back down, he's stuck there. We could place down a bunch of zombies. They can't even come close to the villager because they're stuck. And that's pretty much what this one does. If you found this helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over a little bit of a mega build that I did with Hellbreacher or Trey, and it was just a fun build for us to do. And what it does is creates automatically any of the Botania flowers that you would like. So let's say we want to make a thermal lily. We just click the button and it'll select the flower, and then we come over and we can decide how many we want. So let's say we want 16 of these flowers. It's going to automatically do some things with redstone back there we can check out in a minute, and it'll shoot out a bucket right here and all the petal ingredients in the right order, and finally make your flower. Automatically picks up the flower and stores it in the system, and it takes a second to pop up, and there you go. And then we'll come back to that in a second. If we head up here, we got this little portal room, Botania type stuff in here, nothing that crazy. So this is the redstone involved, and every one of these dispensers are filled with ingredients. Up here is the redstone part. These are all the recipes for the flowers, memory cell, and then finally the counter, and we're using a comparator lock countdown or repeater lock type system. If you notice, there's some things you don't really see regularly. That's some wireless redstone just to compact this a bit. It was just a fun build to make, and I kind of did a few pictures of these on the Instagram earlier this year, or last year actually, now that it's 2022. And yeah, it's just a fun, cool build. It's pretty unique. I didn't really see anybody else do anything like this before on YouTube. So if you have, leave a comment to link that down below so I can check it out. And that's it for the mega build. Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be going over the munch stew. Now to make this flower, we need to put our water in the petal apocryphy, add 2 lime flowers, petals, 2 red petals, a green petal, and finally a rune of gluttony with your seed at the end. That gives you your flower. Now this one looks for leaves within an 8-block radius horizontally and 16 blocks up. When you place this thing down, it will automatically start to chew up these leaves, and you can see it's working now. But when it runs out of leaves, it has a cooldown period of 80 seconds, so that's going to be your replant period. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over all of the pasture seeds. There are a ton of them, so let's get started. To make the base versions, there's 3 of them. One just takes a little bit of grass, and that gives you your pasture seed. The next is a dead bush, which gives you your boreal pasture seeds, and then red mushroom, which is your infested ones. And your base ones here give you the different kinds of grass. So if we throw it on a pasture seed on dirt, it'll start growing the grass super fast around it, which is really useful if you're trying to grow grass. The next one is boreal, which gives you podzol, and then finally your infestation spores, which give you mycelium. So if you're looking for those, super easy to get with that. Next, we have the base version, kind of like the pasture seeds, but they're different kinds of grass. And to make these, all the recipes are right here. To make the dry pasture seeds, which is this right here, it's just a dead bush. And then you got some wheat for golden. Golden is looks like that. Next you have your vivid pasture. This one's my favorite. It gives it like this vivid green. Definitely useful if you live in like a dry climate and you want that bright green grass type style. Next you have scorched. Scorched is kind of like nethery, obviously with the blaze powder. And then prismarine infused seeds. And every one of these do take the base, so this one's kind of cool too. And finally you have your mutated, which takes a spider eye. If we toss this one down, kind of looks cool. It almost looks like there's a little bit of flowers. I don't know. That's just me maybe. But you can kind of modify your biomes and make it look cool and all that good stuff. So that's it for this one. I'm just gonna leave you with this right here if you want to pause the video to see all the recipes. And that's it. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe.